else, guys, welcome back to another video, and we're here with the part 2, Dallas Tombstone, literally recording this about 10 seconds after. And yeah, I'm not even going to ramble at this point. I've spoke about it in the last video, and I sort of spoke it at the end of the video as well, like the start and the end. And yeah, I'm not even going to ramble, I'm going to get straight into this. I'm intrigued to see what else he has to say. Is he going to talk more about the franchise himself? Like, he sort of talked about other things in the last video, like how they're doing, how they look like they lost to like Washington, which is actually kind of a mad one when you think about it, because they are like one of the worst teams in the league currently. They got smacked. Like, they got smacked. So I'm really interested to see what else he has to say, man. But yeah, let's just get into this and see. Just see what he has to say, man. Shit, boys. It's the same intro, for fuck's sake. What is this about, by the way? Him eating the cereal like that. I ain't gonna lie, their stadium is nice. Their stadium is nice. Of course, it's in the eye.
Death has come to Dallas. Not only being humiliated in front of a team with no name, but now their newest gunslinger Andy Dalton headhunted by a hired gun in John Bostic. The city is on edge. The walls are closing in on Cherry Boy. His prized team is crumbling at the seams. They have no offense. They have no defense. Their strengths are neutralized by glaring liabilities. But regardless of this calamity, the brass at the very top of the food chain see no issues. They're in the NFC East, you know. The division is horrible. Everything will be fine. The bottom floors may be on fire and the building is about to collapse, but they see no fires up where they are. Just little blips running around screaming. Those are obviously people wanting a glimpse of Jerry. No autographs, please. He has important shit to deal with. Like his quarterback situation. Andy Dalton, due to heinous war crimes against him, will not be playing this week. That responsibility goes to Ben DiNucci, a 7th-round, 3rd-string greenhorn from James Madison. He's being chucked to the Wolves. Sink or swim, kid. Welcome to the NFL. For his first test, he will face another hated rival, the Philadelphia Eagles. They have many tombstones. The dead and wounded in their old town are known to many. A deadly plague has struck them to the core. The injury bug. It shows no mercy nor restraint, like the oil man and that black gold he so desires. This game has a lot on the line for both teams. Pride, bragging rights, some shred of hope, and the worst part of all, the NFC East Division lead. The novice gunslinger DiNucci will do his best to impress, but dear God, he's nowhere near ready for a duel. Put him back on the grill, this cow's still mooing. The offense can't do anything but kick field goals, but Carson Wentz is also trying way too hard to be the hero. Look at this lone soldier charge blindly into enemy lines. It's quite the shame that the entirety of the defensive turrets gun him down on the first charge. This is a really bad game of football. Dallas is neutered without a legitimate option at quarterback. Philadelphia is straight neutered. They have no bite to their games. Who truly wins? Dak Prescott. For every time DiNucci is desperately heaving the rock, he looks at Jerry and whispers, "You need me. Your offense is useless without my skills. Pay up. Pay in gold." The injury will probably do little to his value to the team, to be honest. You know why? Because both teams are completely useless with the ball. At least Wentz got a touchdown. Enough said about Gucci DiNucci. The name itself is damning on its own. Things are starting to look quite hopeless.
What the fuck?
It's pretty bad, let's just say that. But then, like the blitzing defender, hope is smacked into their faces. It's ugly as Houston, rough as El Paso, and unlikable as Oklahoma, but Dallas is creeping back into this contest. The field goal will be their friend today. It's the only option with the limited resources they have at their disposal. Like picking up a girl at 2 a.m., trickery can only go so far, as Philadelphia can attest. Except when the boys do it, then we just hope it works. Screen passes on a 3rd and 14, very bold trickery indeed. A brief respite from this horror as Carson Wentz launches a one-man crusade and fails.
Just a hit and hope.
Comedy and tragedy of the offense continues on to the end of the half. Somehow, this is considered professional football. And Dallas is leading the game 9-7, despite how terrible they've looked offensively. God help us all. Unfortunately,
I tell you what, I mean, they're getting me, but that is a nasty kick.
Professional football. And Dallas is leading the game 9-7, despite how terrible they've looked offensively.
That is cold.
God help us all. Unfortunately, God did not hear our prayers.
Oh, no.
We sinners must be punished for our thought crimes. We must continue to watch this torture. The former Lord and Savior Carson Wentz's guiding light is a mirage.
Oh, no.
The darkness must continue on. Here is more trickery that couldn't fool a 5-year-old. Only works the first 3 times you do it, I guess. Might have aided this field goal try. It wouldn't save them from the inevitability of Carson Wentz finally taking what he is given, but it would have been a decent consolation prize. Philadelphia has the lead again.
So they've been this shit, and they're still in the lead. How? Oh, that is fucked. And all of Dallas's points have come from kicks.
And they converted a 2-point conversion. Can it be? Offense? In this football game? Impossible. We need more sloppiness from Dallas itself. Trusting Gucci Danucci on a 4th and 2. Wrong move, kids. Despite this, they're somehow moving. Very, very slowly, like the scorned ex ready to sabotage, but they are moving. That was before they sentenced Danucci to death. And it was somehow ruled a fumble. And a touchdown for Philadelphia.
Oh, wow.
And all hope then evaporated.
Oh,
you
my.
expect this was before...
It gets worse. It actually does get worse. Oh, no.
Before they sentenced Danucci to death. And it was somehow ruled a fumble. And a touchdown for Philadelphia.
Oh, no.
And all hope then evaporated. You expect this team to score 2 touchdowns? Let alone in a quarter? This team couldn't even produce yesterday's homework, yet you expect them to do this Herculean task? But Mike McCarthy has a tactical plan up his sleeve. A last resort method devised from his time in Wisconsin.
What are you
They will
hoping for with
deliberately
that?
snap the ball into the end zone for a safety. It was a tactic devised in ancient China. Reroute a flooded river to ruin a few villages, but save the city. The same tactics were executed to perfection. If the city was destroyed as well. Mission accomplished. The Cowboys are now in free fall. 2-6 with next to no hope for the season. The Tombstone is being engraved as I speak. The no-touchdown Cowboy is about to be buried in a mass grave.
No touchdowns.
They may technically be in the playoff hunt, but do you really see this team as good? Don't tell that to Stephen Jones, though. They aren't trading anyone at the deadline. They're still in this to fight. Andy Dalton will also be fighting.
No touchdowns. Dallas Cowboys place Andy Dalton on the reserve COVID list. That is poor. That is
but it'll be
awful.
COVID. Mr. Danucci will sit in the corner and think about what he's done, however. Next week has them returning home, but it's against hell itself. And I'm not talking about the last unbeaten team in the league. Looks like we might be seeing each other next week, won't we?
I remember seeing that as well. They lost as well. So let's see this actually. I want to see if they've played Dallas Cowboys. I want to see. So yeah, they got smacked there. They lost to the Steelers. They got the Vikings next, and then they got. Oh wait, they got Washington again. Also, let me set. I always get confused of how to name them. They're literally called Washington. Oh, that's a bit of a dead name, isn't it? What the fuck? But they've got them again. If they lose that again, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. Oh no! I want to see the table. Actually, I'm intrigued to see this. I have touched upon it a few times. Bills. Oh, look at that. Who's got the best record? It's the Steelers, isn't it? Hey, oh my days, they're on fire, man. Chiefs 8-1. Who are the favourites at the moment for people? The Jaguars. But yeah, who are the favourites at this current time to win? I mean, I guess it's a bit too early to tell, right? Well, actually, so that's the NFC. So that's who. And look how there's no one who's positive in the NFC East. Oh no. Is it always like that, or is this like a one-off where it's just gone a bit mad? let's look at 2019-2020 and see. I mean, the records aren't great, but they, in comparison to the other ones, the records are horrible. And this one's not great either, but look at these. So can some team, like, let's look at the best record for a team that came second, 11-5, which is better than the Eagles as well. The Rams, who came third in the NFC West, had the same record as the Eagles. That's crazy. Jesus, man, that is wild. But that's me just looking at other things anyway. But that's kind of mad, man. Everyone, man, I miss the days of our Steelers. Dallas, don't worry, we'll take care of you now. So were these the Steelers back in the day then? Were they the team that was sort of like this? Because to be fair, they got the stuff back together now and they're doing bits in the league. This is the death of the Cowboys. Next week, the cast is now cancelled. The day of the Steelers makes a special appearance in Dallas. I need a Giants video injected into my veins, mostly Daniel Jones. The fact that next week could either produce another episode of Dallas or days of our Steelers makes the most important game of the season in my eyes. Well, the Steelers won, but I don't think he posted it in the end. He ended up just putting it on his sports board, didn't he? I'm pretty sure that was the case. I remember seeing it, but yeah, I mean, they seem to be in trouble right now, and it's crazy because again, they're the richest sports club franchise in the world, and the fact that they're going through this is kind of it's just crazy to me. But stuff happens, right? Money can't always back you up in certain scenarios, and it's crazy to me that they are going through this when they've got so many riches in there, like around the franchise, man. But yeah, I mean, firstly to the Washington Wizards to get smacked by them, and then not to. Well, they didn't score a touchdown for 2 games straight. Oh God. Oh, that is poor. That is awful. Oh Jesus, man. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. God damn, and until next time, like, subscribe, peace.